We are heading over to the cantonment. I am handing the mobile over to my buddy. Not buddy, technically he's the Secretary Finance, Danial Ijaz Salim.
Hello.
And we will show his face soon. But before, we need to turn left in the direction of the
That
cantonment.
is left.
That is left.
When it's all right, this is all that is left.
There. Now we're just going to continue going straight. In case anything eventful happens, we will make a video again. So, new take will be shared soon. We on?
Yes.
Hey, the advantages of having a buddy just, making a video. That is Fortress. Like, that's Fortress Stadium. I don't know why they called it Fortress. I mean, there isn't a fortress per se to show over there. But as a kid, that used to be our place where we used to go to. This did not exist back then. Back when I was a kid, there was only just shops. And they used to have CD shops over there as well. Now they only have restaurants, a big McDonald's over there, and mostly cloth shops. So I'm only sharing this because we're heading over towards the mall.
Interestingly, an original Samsung outlet as well.
An original Samsung outlet as well. True. Now we're heading over in the direction of the mall.
And this is Mian Mir Bridge.
Oh yeah, completely forgot about Mian Mir Bridge. Like among the original overpasses and underpasses and bridges that were made at the time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the mall now. And we will now pause and let you know. Not even pause, we'll actually stop. In case there's anything else that we need to show, we'll let you know.
There, ladies and gentlemen, the wall that you can see will soon culminate into a gate. And that gate will be of the world famous HSN College of Lahore.
Very famous, exceptionally so. Oh, before Frobels was a thing, this was a place. Rajas and Maharajas used to send over their kids to this place. So even today it is a bit of a prick of an institute. Like,
Oh, it is.
although
Well deservedly so.
although in fairness, Zia Moinuddin was from this place, they were literally this close into hiring Catchpole. And Catchpole was just given a better offer to create Cadet College, Hassan Abdal. Imagine history being made if Catchpole actually worked over here. That would have been like interesting. But right now we're right on Lower Mall, I believe. I think this is Lower Mall Road. So this is where the actual proper mall slowly starts and becomes a big deal in and of itself.
Upper Mall.
Oh, Upper Mall, true. Oh, technically Upper Mall. Yes, you're right. Lower Mall is way further ahead. And
If you take this turning, you go towards Davis Road, which leads you to the railway station. It also leads you towards the Mayo Gardens, which is the age-old abode of the high officials of the Pakistan Railways.
must be expensive, and not really. Alam Road's the most expensive place. As far
Yes,
as I
but
could
it
tell.
is pretty prestigious, and the
Oh,
road in
true.
front of it is called Thandi Sadak, the cold road, because it has so many trees that it's usually 2 to 3 degrees cooler than the rest of Lahore.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah. Oh, by the way, we're going to be heading over first to the left just to show you Quaid-e-Azam Library. Just to show it from the outside. We'll actually make a new video. No, we'll technically just continue the same video just to emphasize Quaid-e-Azam Library itself. I believe this is the place. No, that's Pearl Continental. Sorry everyone, trolling you. As soon as we reach Quaid-e-Azam Library, we'll let you know.
Now we're right across the road from the governor's house. The governor. If we can just zoom in, we can show you the gate. There you have it. And once the car starts moving, whenever that eventuality occurs, we'll be able to show you the gate in full. In the meanwhile, it is also worth noting that this other side is the speaker's house.
Speaker of the Punjab Assembly, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah, every province has its own assembly. Like, you have the main parliament itself, but every province actually does have its own overall representation in the Punjab Assembly. So all data from there goes over to the parliament itself, because it's important to emphasize that the 18th Amendment decentralized the entire system such that provinces were autonomous in making their decisions with the national approval.
Ladies and gentlemen, is the Governor House. Governor.
And now when we'll let you know when we reach Quaid-e-Azam Library. So cheers.
Gentlemen, this place
Is the Quaid-e-Azam Library.
is the Quaid-e-Azam Library, which is sadly not allowed to the general public.
You can only join there if you're a member of the library or if you're a civil servant or a bureaucrat. There is a park next to it, which is actually visited by the majority of the people here in Lahore. We're entering inside just to show the outer walls, just to let you know that, yeah, there are systems in place here to assist in the educational livelihood of the people. And also that is very commonplace over here in Lahore as well, the way this motorcycle overtook us. That's literally a common occurrence that you can't describe. You just need to experience it as is. Thank you.
This is also one of the few places in Lahore that has free parking.
Except they take whatever money they can get.
Well, you can get away with not giving them any because they're not supposed to charge. And this is an up close view of the Quaid-e-Azam Library. Of course, there's a big white SUV standing in front of it.
Of course there is.
Some big Rajaji Thulla.
And that's actually a portion that was made for most general usage in terms of members only, which is a tennis court that was actually newly renovated for the purpose of the tennis court itself. But there really isn't much else to say over here. I could take you forward, but that's not the purpose of this video. That's not why we're having this entire vlog happen in the first place. We are going to head over to the Punjab Public Library, and that's going to be the next destination which we will show, not before showing the facade that is
The Quaid-e-Azam Library.
Incidentally, if you want to do photo shoots here, you need to get permission in advance for the place. Fascinating, right? A public library that's not public. Why? I don't know. I mean, we're keeping it parental advisory here. Usually there's a lot of cursing and swearing that happens outside of the videos, not during it. It is sad that this has happened. So now we're exiting, and we'll let you know when we reach the Punjab Public Library.
Or if anything in particular interesting turns up on the way. Ladies and gentlemen, is the Al Hamra Arts Council, the cultural center of the city of Lahore, where basically every single poetry and literary cultural event happens.
Think of it the same way as you would the National Council of Arts in most National Arts Council technically in most cities. Like Pindi has one, Islamabad has one, and all major events happen over there. If we turn right and straight, we'll wind up at the Luxus Grand Hotel, which was among the original old school hotels that were made in this area. We could have shown you we could have also shown you Philetes, but
And this is the Lahore Zoo.
oh, the Lahore Zoo, true.
As if we needed more monkeys.
No comments. The Punjab
And
Assembly.
this, ladies and gentlemen, on our right is the Punjab Assembly.
Where the speaker goes to listen to all the arguments and discussions made by members of the Punjab Assembly, which does make you wonder how big a deal it is, you know? We are in the mall now. Like, we were in the mall, but now we are in the mall, literally. Oh, incidentally, for those of you who wonder why we call it the Mall, it comes over from the area in London where Buckingham Palace is. That entire road leading to Buckingham Palace is called the Mall, and every major epicenter of work associated with the British Indian area, they all have the Mall associated with them. Lahore's is the most prestigious.
But every major colonial city in the Indo-Pakistan has a mall.
Pretty much, yeah.
The Mall Road. Or as it's colloquially called in Pakistan, the Mall Road.
Although it isn't too much of a stretch if you think about it. Like technically, all the money is over here. Majority of these buildings, though, they used
Down
to be,
this street, if you head down a little, is the oldest ice cream shop in all of Lahore, known as Chaman Ice Cream. Yes, the same one that opened its branch in Pindi started off over here.
True.
And this is the usual rush that you have on the mall.
Incidentally, if we take the right over from the main turning itself, you wind up on, I think, Town Hall.
Hall Road.
Hall Road. Is it still used though?
To an extent.
Probably used for basic functions.
They still have a mayor.
Oh, true. Yeah, true. Figurehead all the same, still the mayor does exist.
Anywho, we'll continue this when we're closer to the library.
It's the High Court over to
Okay, this is the office of the Attorney General of Lahore and also the High Courts. The Lahore High Court, the original bench of it. The apex court in the province of Punjab. And I guess we wouldn't be a stretch to say it's the second biggest court in the country.
True, technically, considering that where.
And that is the Lahore Museum.
Oh, that's where we're supposed to go. Yeah, that's where actually we're supposed to go.
Interestingly, if anyone is interested in buying any books related to law or like constitutional law, any kind of law in general, there is a very good market behind the Lahore High Courts.
But from here you can clearly see that this entire area that you see over here, right, this was all reconstructed later on was just to accommodate the traffic. And it's a big deal. It's actually important to emphasize because back in the day, this actually used to be narrow. This actually used to be really narrow. It was infamous for just being very difficult to pass through. Like, it actually was the place where you went either in a rickshaw or a taxi or something else, but not your own vehicle at all. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Really does make you wonder. Coincidentally, the PTCL building, right there. The original PTCL building, actually. I don't know what it was prior. I think it was some sort of official bureaucratic building that was made. This building was definitely made in the 60s, though. It's definitely a very 60s era building, and it's important to emphasize because, Pakistan Telecommunications did not shift over to Islamabad. This place was, headquarters to it. They tried shifting it over to Pindi in the 60s because for 3 years that district was the capital of the country. Pindi and proud, bruh. Doesn't change the fact that, Lahoris still get very, very stingy about the fact that Lahore was brushed aside for Pindi as the capital.
Not as much as the Karachiites do.
Oh, true. 1948 right up till 1963, Karachi was the capital, and then it was 63 to 65 for Pindi, and then from 65 onwards it was Islamabad.
Islamabad is a separate district.
And
GPO Lahore,
GPO Lahore.
the General Post Office, Office of the Postmaster General of the Punjab.
No, that's separate. That's actually further ahead. He has a separate building altogether. That's just the General Post Office. If you have any complaints, you go to the Postmaster General, who's way at the end of the road, actually. But yeah, this is the original place. Back in the day, if you wanted to get a post done, you got it done from here. This is where it all started.
YMCA Pakistan.
The song aside, it's actually played a very major role, since Anglo-Indians had a very significant influence over the overall development of the city itself, all things considered. And as you can see, because there's no signals, we will need to bulldoze our way through it. This is not something to take lightly. We're actually being very serious here. You have to bulldoze your way when there's no traffic, because
of course you do.
Of course you do. We are almost nearing our destination. And yeah, just taking over the right turning. This is actually where at one point they used to have these, I think this building itself, I think it's either Tulington Market or NCA, one of the two.
It's NCA.
It's NCA. So this building itself is where the exhibitions happen and other school related stuff of NCA takes place. And it was established, like, the building itself still serves that purpose of National College of Arts, but the original building was, like a showcase place. The Lahore Museum. The Lahore Museum. And right behind it is going to be the Punjab Public Library. So I should have just parked over at the back.
Probably.
We're going to take a U-turn later onwards, but before we do, behold the Punjab Public Library. This is our destination. I'm just going to turn around and
find ourselves a good place to park.
And then we're just going to continue the video from there.
All good.
So, we entered into the Punjab Library. The public area starts over on the right. But this building is actually a fascinating part. Essentially, this was an extension of the library. It was approved sometime in the 80s. The construction happened in the 90s. An actual bill, literally for its renovation, had been approved. There was a visit over by the minister as well, the Minister of Education specifically. Behold the renovation. Behold everything that is associated with it. The money was not let in. The money was not let in, but because they're working with what they can, so they're still using it in some capacity, which shows that there is a spirit of education overall in the country. And just before we head inside, mobile phones generally aren't allowed over there, so any videos that are made over there will be clandestine. We'll just make them as and when they happen. These are all the old books over here. All the old books, literally. We are not even making this up. These are actually old vintage books over here. And like I said, it's all clandestine. But they're a representation of the actual old orders, and there are attempts at actually restoring some of them as well. Just to give you an idea of how vintage some of their stuff is. Like, it's so vintage they actually need to use strings in order to keep them alive. So yeah. Oh, Daniel.
Just thinking out loud. पहले वीडियो बनाना है.
Sure, just go on ahead. Actually, it's better that we have these conversations as well. Look at how old they are, bruh. Like, god damn.
This entire thing is a shtick, right? Preservation of
Every single step of the way.
literature and stuff. Why don't we collaborate with the Punjab Public Library in some capacity?
I agree.
Either in the form of book donations or something else.
I agree. And over here, we're just going to head over to the next portion. Right. Sorry, new phone, but functionally, it's going to emphasize the fact that just like this new phone, this entire section was added in on top of the old portion. This entire reading room, as well as the archiving room, is basically over here. We enter over from the left, straight ahead. That left atrium over there also leads over to the archive room itself. We could show the archivers working over there, but red tape. And if we show it over from the window itself, it's always full. It's always full. There are always kids using it. There are always students using it because...
Okay, I have been asked to make a video of this. I am not aware why.
Oh,
But Shehroz Amin has asked me to make a video, therefore I shall oblige.
I believe this was a part of the old NCA thing.
Oh yes, this is the original NCA.
Wait, why did they not use it anymore?
This is the news.
Oh, right.
This is NCA per se, and then that other building is just for their exhibitions and stuff. And that is Kim's gun, also known as the Zamzama. And this is a person for whom we shall name names after the video is done.
Pretty much. As you can see over there. Oh, they've renamed it as the University College of Pharmacy. Huh?
But no, that's the Punjab University College of Pharmacy. This is NCA.
Oh yeah, College of Art and Design. Yeah. Interesting
College
enough,
of
we
Art and
passed by a statue of Alfred Warner as well, which they did not pull down. Funnily
Interestingly enough,
enough.
Alfred Wollner.
National College of Arts over on the right. As we told you, this was NCA as well, but on the opposite side, basically, it was, you know, the actual NCA building itself. So, shame that they don't maintain this stuff, but hey, what can you do? That's pretty much the majority of our tour. You could, you know, support these local library initiatives by liking their stuff, commenting on how you could improve them, subscribing to them as best as you can, and, you know, emphasizing the importance of open education, open libraries. Stuff that is public domain should remain in the public domain, you know. It's important to emphasize that point. And you could also do your part, that if you don't want to like and subscribe to the video, that's fine. But do check out archive.org as much as you can for research purposes. It's important to do that. And I guess with that, my take-home message is support your local library initiatives, and thank you so much for watching this video, which is a support of our initiative as well. So, bye.